Snowshoe Owl's Bedtime Stories. Little Oswald and Nine Dennis. Sammy Squirrel and his little son Oswald sat in front of a hole in the big oak tree and waited.
You know what? Let's bone. Let's spice it up a bit.
Over that hole was a sign which said Dr. Owl, the painless dentist, and loud owls of anguish, distress, and bloody murder denoted the fact that Doc was busy. Pretty soon, Benny Beaver came out muttering to himself about dentists in general, and he was certainly giving them hell up. In fact, his language was so terrible, I won't repeat it. So Sam went in and said, "Hello, Doc." "Howdy," says the Doc. "Come in that chair and let's wrestle." "No, not me," said Sam. "It's the kid. Poor little fellow, too young yet to distinguish the difference between acorns and them dang little marbles that kid play with." And he lifted little Oswald into that chair. "Open your mouth, little fella," said that Doc. But Oswald started to cry. "Open your mouth or else Santa Claus won't come," said Sam. "There ain't no Santa Claus," said Oswald. "Listen," said Sam. "If you don't open that mug of yours, Papa gonna paste you right in that snoot." But Oswald only cried some more and said, "If you do that, Mama will crown you." So Sam told the Doc, and he guessed that they was stuck. But that Doc said to coax him some more. "Listen, Oswald," said Sam. "If Oswald don't open his mouth, Papa ain't gonna let him play with that little squirrel girl who just moved in next door." And little Oswald opened his mouth. That dang fool. Doc Owl leaned in so far into that kid's mug that nothing showed outside except his tail feathers. Pretty soon he came up for it and started that sad story about it being a neglected case, and one which required a long drawn-out series of treatment. After which he reached up on that wall and dragged down one of them headless instruments of torture, commonly known as the electric drill. Taking that drill with him, he disappeared into Oswald's mug again and started boring for oil. All at once he struck an exposed nerve. With an awful howl, Oswald snapped his jaw shut and started wailing. "Open your mouth, Oswald, and let the Doc out," yelled Sam. But Oswald just shook his head. He was all fed up on opening his mouth. Figuring that if the Doc didn't come up for air pretty quick, he was a goner, Sam grabbed Oswald and began shaking him all over the joint. That Doc, thinking that Oswald was having a fit, decided that the sooner he got loose, the better. So he began kicking and squirming. All at once, Oswald gave a big sigh of relief and grinned. After which he opened his mouth, and the Doc come out bringing what's left of that drill. It seems that all that struggling, Oswald gets his aching tooth knocked out, whereas the Doc loses 8 teeth what didn't ache, and that drill is busted. Hoping this find you that same.